Good morning, good morning, good morning. Rise and shine, peeps. It is a wonderful, magical, mystical, wonderful day. And we have, who do we have? Colleen Gedker, right out of the chute. Good morning from Minnesota. Listen, if they can get up early in Minnesota and bear the cold and get up and put on 2 or 3 layers to get on this call, then anybody can, right? And then we have Lake Nona, Orlando, right? Andrea is on her back porch, kicking her feet up and enjoying the warmth of Orlando, right? Charleston, South Carolina with Shane Sperling. Massachusetts with Jessica Innocent. Hello from St. Louis with Sandra Townsend. Miss UPS, right? You are ups. Good morning from Scottsdale, Arizona. Sherry Carnicle. Sound is okay from San Leon, Texas. Christine Storms in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. Just now getting out of the buried snow, right? Mary Baguette from Tallahassee, Florida. Moments, Illinois. Home of the filming of the movie Road to Perdition with Tom Hanks, which is coming out. Linda Krause. Karen Benefield, bright and early from Rancho Santa Margarita, California. Naperville, Illinois, Carrie O'Connor. Nicole Allred from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Laura Woodard's in Philly. Highlands Ranch, Carrie Paolillo. Jose Uriarte, Cali, Fort Wayne. Tom Kinnaman. Kate Ross, Valparaiso, Indiana. St. Louis, Lori Williams has been here every day, kicking butt every day. Debbie Harding, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Jeannie DiCarlo from Scottsdale, Arizona. Midlothian, Texas. Ann Weaver. Ivana Smith. It's either Yana Smith or Ivana Smith. Lake Monticello, Virginia. Carrie Stoltz from Homewood, Illinois. San Antonio, Texas. Liza King. Plano, Texas. Candy White. She is no Plano girl. Sharmini, Shanker, Sensei's in the house. Karen Hall from Snellville, Georgia. Bethany Anderson, Heather Lemieux, Kathy Kipp, Tom Kane from Ocala, Florida. Aletha Saunders from Raleigh, North Carolina. Cindy Kill, Glenwood, Iowa today. Paul Cervoni from Chile, Boston. Joanne Donahue, Jersey. Shauna Frazier, Minnesota. Gail Zientek, here we go, yeah. Karen Kaiser from Waterloo, Iowa. Mike Wynn, Oceanside, California. Hoorah, sir! Good morning. Sylvans Baez. Are you really from Sylvana, South Carolina? Oh, you are Sylvana from South Carolina. Howdy from Houston. The ATL is in the house. Jennifer Hatcher is here. This is like a Studley group. Studley Group. Fred Collis from Clearwater, Florida. Thomas Howe from Booth Bay Harbor, Maine. He had to figure out how to get his system set up in a new place. He's typically from Lawrence, Kansas, but he is a sail boatsman, so he's a sailor. All right. Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm glad the sound is working. I'm glad the wheels are turning. I'm glad the gear is grinding. I'm glad we are making our way. Can you believe today's day 18? Day 18 today. And how about these pictures? You guys are becoming master photographers, as I said yesterday. A little bit of snowy, right? Snow in the morning. Amazing sky here. This is just an outstanding. Look at that upper left picture. Just gorgeous, gorgeous. All right, and then this is the view some mornings, right? The rainy window. We're going to start calling that picture's just the rainy window. We've had a lot of rainy windows, and it's all good. So the oranges, beautiful mornings. It's just there's nothing like a sunrise. Just a There's just the purples and the oranges just are gorgeous. So remember to have your picture featured, just post it on Facebook with the hashtag. Do we get them all? Not always, but we see them all. And as Mandy wrote yesterday, they are inspiring. My team talks about them. They say things during our huddle. We have a morning huddle every morning. Say things like, "Did you see? Did you see that picture?" And the one that we noticed most yesterday was Dawn Maloney's, and it's just like isn't that a cool picture? It's like it's the serenity. It's like an oasis, and then you've got the mountain in the background. It's like the more you look at the picture, the better it gets. Dawn, good morning, fantastic, uh, beautiful stuff. All right, so we're continuing on the path of savers. So we've covered silence, we've covered affirmations and appreciations. We've gone through visualization. Imagine yourself doing each thing step by step. And then exercise as well. We've actually done some exercise, and tomorrow we're going to do a little exercise as well. Very, little, easy body weight stuff. Reading, we talked about yesterday with filling your brain with positive thoughts and ideas to improve yourself in the morning. Learn the knowledge of people who have accomplished the things you want to do. And then journaling, writing and journaling, we're going to talk about today, right? So writing or journaling is a great way to process your thoughts, reflect on your life, memorize better, remember and implement better. It will help you be more self-aware and more articulate. So lots of benefits to the scribing as well. So today is day 18, Thursday. We are on a wake-up call that got us up 45 minutes earlier than our original starting time. And some of you may just be like, holy cow, I'm getting up at 4:15 now, and I was getting up at 5 or 6 before. Or you might be the one that is in the mountain time zone, and you've been getting up at, 6 or 6:30 or 7, and now you're getting up at 5:15, you know, easily, easily. Yeah, there are those mornings where you're feeling the urge to sleep in, but you made it, all right? So let's check numbers. That's a good idea. So we're at 163, right? So that's positive. That's strong because it doesn't reflect phone. And I know there's at least 20 of you that are on the phone. But the bottom line is you're in the top, you're top 1% of the top of the world. I mean, honestly, of the people who signed up, you continue to show up no matter what. So kudos and congrats. You rock. You're making it happen. 80% of success, honestly, is just showing up. Success is not a 180-degree turn. I think there's some people who thought they would show up at day one of 30 mornings and their life would be amazingly changed. It doesn't work that way. Life and success. Success is not a 180-degree turn. Success is a 1-degree tweak. It's just about getting a little bit better each and every day. And before long, you've got 10,000 of those days behind you, and you're a lot better, right? So, journal, right? So we're going to talk about journaling a little bit today. Some journal apps. Sometimes you might want to just take some notes on your phone for one reason or another, or you want to be triggered a good question, right? So journal apps you may want to consider are Day One, Asked, which is ASKT, and Momento. And then there's one called My Wonderful Days. I've actually never used that one, but I've heard good things about it. And then Collect, 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 and then Heyday. So also there is a notes, basically there is a notes app, right, where you can just jot notes or take notes, but it doesn't trigger thoughts. It doesn't trigger you to be reflective. It's just like, I need to remember something, so I do it. I will tell you another thing that I do, which is a little bit old school, is I actually email myself or text myself. Does anybody else do that? Like when you have a great thought and you want to take it down, do you ever like text yourself or email yourself because you really want to remember it? Now, I'm not talking about texting yourself because you're lonely, right? And it's like nobody's calling me, nobody's texting me, and I don't even know if my text part of my phone works because nobody's talking to me. Now that's a different kind of texting. If you need to do that to text, just let us know. We'll all text you, right? Um, yeah. So I do that all the time, right? Text myself and then go back and check it. I will tell you another thing is I used to use Evernote a lot, but what I found is Evernote was like a virtual trash can. I would take notes, I would record things, I would put things in there, and then I would never refer back to Evernote ever again. And maybe that's just me, but so what else? Yeah, Sharon Alters also uses Note. The Samsung Note phone has a pen, and you can write yourself a note and set a reminder. I love that. Um, what else are you guys using? Yeah, Evernote Clipper, Virginia. I'm not sure what that is. Can you describe that? Um, Notes in my phone. That yeah, I go back and um, check my text messages. Google Keep. Yeah, Thomas Howell. I'm not familiar with that one either. Color Notes app. That sounds interesting. Is that on iPhone and Android both? OneNote on iPad. InkPad, Christy Francoeur is using. I love Google Keep, and I email myself too, Kelly Guidry says. Kelly, we know you're not emailing yourself because you're lonely. Kelly, I just want to throw that out, right? So I email Kelly Guidry sometimes. So does anyone use Dragon Dictation to take notes to yourself on the fly? And I have to tell you, I have gone away from that because, I mean, I literally am getting addicted to Siri, right? Which is kind of funny because my wife's name is Sherry. So I'll say, hey, Sherry, and my phone will say, hey, what can I do for you? Right? Because it's got that hey Siri function, and hey Siri and hey Sherry are very similar. So, um, a lot of times I'll get both of them to answer. Think about how cool that is. So, yeah, I also use it to take notes during 30 mornings. I do email myself. Um, Grid diary. I like that. I'm old school. Anna Marie Lucido says, I'm old school. I have a simple notebook and I handwrite everything. I am so with you. Anna Marie, I thought that I was the Lone Ranger on pencil and paper. When I'm working on something, like for a book or like for this class, I printed my 30-day journal, right? I printed my journal. And when I present things, I print it out. When I work on things, like I'm working on a proposal to become the trainer, actually having Referco, my company, become the trainer for this entire company, right? So I'm working on the proposal. Well, I keep working on it and then printing it out to look at it. So anyway, I don't know if that's me or weird, but it helps me to feel it and write notes on it. And um, anybody using Wunderlist? Yeah, I tried, did not get into it. Is it good? Candy, I've never used it. I've just heard about it. I'm just curious. And Sarah Chattel said that she heard it from Michael Trethart. I think so Sharon Alters says, just read somewhere where if you physically write something, you remember it better than typing in a computer, right? So we're going to talk about that in a little bit. Matthew Curcio, you use Wunderlist for you and your staff. What um what are you using it for with your staff? It sounds like it has a business application to it. Can you type in there you know, what you're using it for? Yeah, some of you are even handwriting things in your daily calendar, right? You're handwriting things on your schedule. You still use a day planner, right? Which is fine, right? It's cool. I think the biggest thing there is that you follow a schedule. Yeah, I use Notes, the Notes app on my phone occasionally. Passion Planner, there you go, right? That's a physical. It's a physical planner. Good. All right. Awesome. And Matthew Curcio, I am still interested in hearing how you're using Wunderlist for your staff. Yeah, list of tasks for new listings, and then under contract tasks and more. So you're kind of using Wunderlist almost as a action planner, right? As a type of an action plan. Like a lot of people use Top Producer or Agent Office or something like that to launch a plan. You're using Wunderlist that way. Cool. All right. Awesome. Great feedback, everybody. I appreciate that. So, congrats, day 18, no matter what, you showed up, made it happen. So, let me ask you this, right? So, every once in a while, every week, I'll ask you, what has been your biggest aha so far? What has there been a breakthrough occur for you? And I also know some of you just joined us this week, or some of you even just maybe joined us today. But, what has been your biggest aha so far? What's been just kind of that thing that's kind of stuck out? And today's a big day of reflection. What we're going to do today is really reflect and get ready for the day. That's my objective with today. So what's been your biggest aha? And the way to reflect is just really um, is to start with kind of what's your biggest aha, right? So once I am up, it's now easy to stay up, Arlene Quirk says. So Evelyn says, your business improves as you work on your personal life. I will tell you, that's the secret of 7L, right? That's the secret of what I teach. That's what's so cool about this is some people get this and some people don't. But the secret to getting more referrals is being more referable. And the cool thing about working on being more referable is that being more referable means being a more valuable and helpful person. And being more valuable and helpful means improving yourself, right? Working on yourself. The more you work on yourself, the more valuable you are to the marketplace and the world. No offense to those that don't work on themselves, but that's the truth, right? The more you learn, the more you execute, the more you can help others. And the more you can help others, the more others you will have to help. Great point. Focus. Mary Craddock says, or focus. Tom Kane says, I am amazed on how many people are actually following through with this challenge. So true. Well, we've got the best of the best. We're now up to 200 on the call, right? Breakthrough for me is I'm getting back into a routine. And there's something about that, right? Shauna Frazier. Silent time in the morning helps me take on the day as a much better person and a much better mother, right? Lois Donnelly. Melinda Frieselben says, the written affirmations have really been powerful. Tony Scarparo says, you don't have to make massive changes all at once. You can make small, incremental changes consistently every day, right? And that was my open today. Success is not a 180-degree turn. Success is a 1-degree tweak. Own your morning, own your day. That's the biggest thing. There is magic in getting up earlier. Truly, Liz Smith says that, and it's so true, isn't it? It's like, everybody says, "Oh, I wish there were more hours in the day." Well, I have to tell you, I think there's plenty of hours in the day, and I happen to like going to bed at a decent time, like earlier, right? Just love the 7-minute workout app. It's getting me back on track. Rachel, I appreciate that. Rachel Benavente, who actually tried to get in the group, and I accidentally ignored her request way back when. And but she was steadfast and got in. Fighting mediocrity, Lisa Booth said, was a big giant aha for her. Yeah, let's be in the top 5%. Despite prior practices, I can be a morning person. Early does exist for all of us, and getting control of the day helps you control the outcome. Don McNary, our photo contest winner this morning, says, some days it is easy and some days it is more difficult, but I actually enjoy getting up. I am a morning person, Carrie Paolillo says. And that is the truth. I mean, listen, there's going to be days that it's hard and there's days that it's easy. And guess what? Isn't that kind of like life, right? How good it feels to be ahead of my day instead of feeling like playing catch up all day. It's a stress buster. That's what this does. 30 mornings is a stress buster. Having a morning ritual will decrease your stress, right? My big aha is to become more selfish. I need to be the very best me I can be first. Dory Santiago, congratulations. That's exactly right. We need to be first love ourselves, first improve ourselves, and then it is amazing how we walk into that kitchen or walk into that room and hug our kid with just this holistic, not worried about ourself love, you know? The no matter what commitment keeps me honest, Virginia Dean says, has me more focused. Early rising is not as difficult as I thought it would be, and I look forward to my mornings. Yeah. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. Being more focused, more energies. All right. So, reading for comprehension and improvement. People ask me all the time. It's like I've read over 2,000 business books, and I really enjoy reading. My heroes changed when I turned about 30. And my heroes went from baseball players, Brooks Robinson, George Brett, even Chipper Jones, at the time. Um, a lot of the St. Louis Cardinals, I was big fans of, so because I was, you know, I almost said I was the best third baseman in softball for many years, and I was considered one of the best third basemen in professional softball for years, and it was one of those where everything I either do something at 110% level or I do it at zero. So I could beat the heck out of you and hit a ball 400 feet in softball, but you all would be able to out bowl me, right? If we went bowling, you would win, right? Or maybe it would be close, right? And then my competitive nature would kick in and I would want to kick your butt. But the bottom line is that um, my heroes changed. And when my heroes changed from reading about how to become a better softball player and started learning how to be a better business person, um, I did it with the same gusto that I did with learning how to play third base and learning how to hit a ball. And you know, a lot of people just read a book. They just read the book. They read Miracle Morning for Real Estate Agents, and unfortunately, there has been this naughtiness. Ooh, I said naughtiness. Naughtiness is your word for the day. Everybody today has to use the word naughtiness, 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 today in a sentence somewhere or in verbal in their world today. Okay, does everybody agree to use naughtiness, right? So there's a naughtiness associated with writing in books, and it comes from school, right? We would check a book out from the library, and you couldn't write in them, which I think is just awful. And something I want to develop in Max is just buy the book and then write in it. So I will tell you, I comprehend very well because I will write in the book. I will underline, I will write, I will note things, I will circle a side note, I will look in the glossary. And then another strategy that I use when I'm reading is a post-it note. I have a pad of post-its next to my bed, and I have a pad of post-its um, in my bag, my computer bag. And what I'll do is when I'm reading, a subject will come up. Excuse me, I'm drinking coffee. So anybody else drinking coffee? All right. So what'll happen is, okay, a subject will come up in a book. Like, I'm reading 4 Disciplines of Execution right now. And when I'm reading, something will come up that I need to act on, or I need to remember, or I really like it and I want to cite it in a future book, right? Bottom line is it triggers. So what I'll do is I will take the sticky part of the post-it and I actually put it what I call bottom, right? So it's at the bottom and the sticky part is facing away from me, right? And I will write the thing like three um, three things for team building, right? And I will then pull the post-it out and I put it in my book, right? So it's like you're really not defacing the book at all, but it's a reminder of something I can turn back to later on. And it's the when I'm looking at team building, it's like, oh, you know what? I remember 4 Disciplines of Execution had something really good in it about team building. And I can easily go to the book, look for that post-it, and boom, turn to that page. Okay. So I use that all the time. And I can judge a book's worth by the number of post-its that are in the book, right? Like Give and Take by Adam Grant is one of the best books ever for me, right? Has a ton of post-its. And not only that, I had a researcher, Kat Cruz, out of North Carolina. She went and got me all of the support studies of Give and Take, and I've read all the support studies of that he used and cited in the book. And just really, and I actually got some ahas from the studies that he didn't have room for in the book. So, okay, and then highlighters, and then of course there's Evernote. So I'm a big believer in that if you're going to read it, especially in the morning, I'm a firm believer that nonfiction should be your focus in the morning. If you want to do fiction, my suggestion is to do it at night before you go to bed, right? So, and we are working on a recommended reading list, just so you guys all know, based on some of the things that you gave us yesterday, based on your suggestions yesterday. Are you a physical journal person or a digital journal person? In the questions box, write physical or digital. Are you a physical journalist or are you a digital journalist? Wow, lots of physical. Digital, Gills. Um, physical. Yeah, so kind of a both, but a lot of physical journaling, which leads me to my next point, right? Is, I will be sharing an article. It's actually already been shared in the group, and you may want to check it out on physically writing versus digitally writing and journaling. There's a lot of power for memory and learning by writing. It makes you stop. It makes you go slower. It makes you more reflective. When you are writing, you are actually etching into your brain. So you remember it better. You learn it better. It stays there forever, which is what you want the morning stuff to do. Now, I don't think that you need to be sitting there with a Stephen King book at 8:30 at night, reading till 9, and with a post-it note and a pen, right? But what I do think is that in the morning, you take notes on your book and you also journal, right? And you will be amazed at when you quote something or when you mention something or you will say something that's brilliant, right? Maybe it doesn't amaze you when you say things brilliant. It doesn't amaze me when you say things brilliant. But bottom line is that it's just like that comes from your note taking. Now, the Freedom Journal, day 17 review, and then day 18. What we need to do right now is I want you to have your day 18 in front of you right now. Okay? So you have day 18. The quote today is whenever you find yourself on the side of the majority, it is time to pause and reflect. And of course, Mark Twain said that, right? Kind of a truism there. So finish this sentence in your book. So let's do this first one. I am grateful for, and then put in your answer. You do not need to put it in the questions box, right? Just put it in the journal. Go ahead and write it. And I am grateful for, and then whatever you feel the urge to write there. In 82 days, I will, and then put in there your goal. Like what will happen in 82 days? I will have 20 listings, or I will have my book done, or I will have this new product launched, or I will be down 20 pounds, or, okay, you get what I'm saying there? All right, this is a biggie. This might be my favorite question on the sheet. Many days it is my favorite question. My number one focus today is blank. Go ahead and fill in. Your number one focus today is what? What is your number one focus today? To get closer to my goal today, I will do these two things. What two things will you do today to get closer to your goal? Your goal, any goal, your goal of weight loss, your goal of running every day, your goal of showing up for 30 mornings every day. Some of you could say, to get closer to my goal today, I will I will show up to 30 mornings no matter what, right? And then put your number two. Next, it's a very focusing question. By the end of today, I will have accomplished these three things. These are what we call the three, right? These are my three. So what are your three? What are the three things you need or have to, must accomplish today? I'm here. I'm just saying, um, I'm just letting you fill it out. I want you to write. Okay. Now, action plan for the day. My suggestion when you write that out is to I do it a little different than how John suggests using this journal, right? My big thing for the action plan for the day is almost like my ideal world for the day, right? So, get this done and it's accepted, right? Make this happen, make this call, and we've got a deal, right? So I just kind of go hour by hour, and it's almost like a mini best appointment ever visualization. I can't say that it's not a big thing, but I do put it in positive terms. And then on the bottom, you've got thoughts, ideas, and musings. And that's honestly, if you wanted to keep your notes during the day, I do not. I keep mine in my blessings books, which are, just popcorn thoughts that come up. I'll either text them to myself or put them in my blessings book. And then Vocaroo is the recommended resource from John today. And that is Vocaroo is a quick and easy way to share voice messages over the internet. Um, yeah, and Kirk Brewer hit me with this. He just said, I always feel like the action plan for the day is kind of redundant with the three items listed above. Kirk, I totally agree. But one thing I do tweak on that a little bit is I put the accomplishment almost in a more positive light. And I also go hour by hour what my schedule looks like. And I've done that sometimes where it's like I look at the action plan for the day, like what it is hour by hour, and then I look at by the end of the day I will have accomplished, and they don't equate, right? They don't mesh. So at that point, I need to, tell the team, hey, listen, I need to move this appointment, or I need to change something, right? And Sharon, yeah, Sharon, I use Google Calendar, and I don't actually do my own schedule. I have someone that manages my schedule for me, or else that's all I would do. Um, I have a I have an amazing, wonderful, mystical, magical schedule. Um, okay. Is there an actual blessings books to buy? Yeah, you can go to 7lsystem.com and then go to shop, and you can get blessings books in there at the shop, and I think they're on sale right now. Let's see. Okay, I'm here. All right. So good stuff. I was here. I was just mumbling. All right. So you did your journal. Here we go. So let's look at the action items, right? So you get up 45 minutes earlier than starting time. Done. Right? Done. You did it. Tomorrow's Friday. You'll do the same thing. Do 6 minutes of savers. So go through your exercise. If you like the 7-minute app, do it. Here's what I really want you to start thinking about, because next week we develop your own morning ritual. You're going to come up with your using the Say a Verse model, right? You're going to create your own, and you're going to start honing it, right? So start getting your flow down. And then write in your Freedom Journal. Look at that. Day 18, you're done. All you have to do is do night 18 in your book. And we'll talk about that tomorrow. Thank you for reviewing MMREA at Amazon.com. Some of you took the time to review 7L as well. God bless you. Thank you. You guys go above and beyond. Share your photos and tag 30 Mornings. Share them on your personal page. Very inspiring to my whole team and to other people. Tomorrow, 30 Mornings webinar, 4:15 Pacific, 7:15 Eastern, same bat time, same bat channel. We're getting there. Today is your day. Today is going to be an awesome Thursday. Today, your clients are going to come out of the woodwork. Be ready. Answer the phone. Make it happen, right? People need you. The world needs you. You are here to make a difference and make an impact. And what's cool about it is by making a difference and making an impact, you can make a ton of money and make a ton of friends. Is this not the greatest business ever? One note about tomorrow: dress comfortably, because we're putting it all together tomorrow. We're putting it all together. Your ultimate morning ritual in action tomorrow. You are action heroes. You are superheroes. You are super producers. You're the first risers. You're morning people. You are. Just own it. Awesome. Have a great day, everyone. I will see you later, and I hope you have the best day ever. See ya.